Hello, my furniture flipper extraordinaires. Welcome to Lemons to Lemonade Furniture. This channel is all about taking tired or dated furniture and breathing new life into it and flipping it for a profit. My name is Kara, and we're diving headfirst into this makeover on this tall boy dresser. And today, I'm trying a new furniture design to really make this thing pop off the selling page. We're going to turn this dated piece into a wow statement, so stick around. I picked up this dresser from a garage sale and paid $100 for it. I know that's a little bit on the high end for my starting point for a piece of furniture, but I really love the fact that this was solid wood, and I've had a design in mind that I've been wanting to try for a while, and I knew this would be the perfect piece. I didn't plan on the red tones in this project giving me such a difficult time, and you'll watch that unfold as the video continues, so stick around. First things first, I grabbed my Simple Green to give this a really good clean. Not only does Simple Green help degrease and get rid of any dirt and grime, it also helps remove all of that furniture polish. And so on these older pieces, that's definitely what you want to tackle first because your paint will not adhere on top of all those layers of pledge. Do you see those red tannins on that rag? Yep, those are about to cause me some issues. I took this dresser apart so I could clean it really well on the insides and all the drawers. The previous owners had put in this sticky paper on the bottom, which is great because it kept the drawers nice and clean, but it was really hard to get off. I finally got out my plastic scraper to make quicker work of this project. These knobs were handmade for this piece, and although I don't plan on using them on this project, they are definitely worth keeping, so I'll take them off and put them to the side. Under the knobs, it was really dirty and dusty, so I got out my brush attachment for my drill and did another full clean on the drawers. When you're flipping and painting and reselling furniture, one of the things that should take you the longest is the prep work. And that is certainly the case with this project. One of the easiest ways to update a piece of furniture is to remove some of the dated details. This tall boy has a curved piece that's been added to the top, so I'm going to remove this to give it a more modern, updated look. I know I'm about to get controversial with y'all, but these side pieces here, they've got to go. Hopefully I'll win you over by what's going to go in their place. These little trim pieces are easily removed by gently prying them off, and these were attached with a little bit of wood glue and some finishing nails. Next, I'll sand down the entire body of the dresser using a 180 grit sandpaper. This is going to help remove any of those light nicks and scratches that are in the dresser, as well as give my paint a little bit of tooth to adhere to. You can always use a sanding block to tackle this, but today I'm going to use my Makita orbital sander to make the job a little bit quicker. For the curved and rounded edges, I'm using my Surf Prep 3x4 Ray sander with the squishy foam abrasive attachment. You can see how it easily gets into all these details and curves on this piece. Now that all my sanding is done, I'm taking a damp cloth and going through and removing all of my sanding dust. this dresser is definitely going to have some bleed through issues for me, so I need to prime this. I'm using Sherwin-Williams shellac in the purple can. That's the one that I like to use the most. I already know going in that this is going to take me at least 2 to 3 coats of this primer to stop the bleed through on this piece of furniture. It has a lot of red and tannins that are coming off on this piece. When I wiped it down, I could see that in my bucket, I can see it on the rag, and that is always an indicator that this one is going to bleed through your paint. And that is something we do not want to deal with. I'm going to prime and paint this dresser with the drawers inside. The drawers lay nice and flat on this dresser when you have them inside, so there is no need to tape them up or tape up the sides like I normally do with the butcher block paper. I'm just going to use some painter's tape to go onto the sides. That way, if there's any overspray that gets in there at all, at least I've got that part covered, and it just takes out a little bit more of that prep work for me. But you can easily spray your drawers with them inside the dresser as long as they lay nice and flat like these do and they don't have any overlap or overlay. That's when you need to wrap them all and spray them outside of your dresser. Now listen, I am not artsy, or I don't consider myself to be, pretty much not at all. But I have this idea with these little half circles that I got on Amazon to really just modernize and elevate this older looking piece. So it's gonna sell really well in my Dallas area. I got these for about $11 off of Amazon, and I think it's gonna make this look pretty cool. I have watched Courtney over at Steel Birch Studios do some really cool things with these little half moons. So I'm going to try my best to live up to the coolness that she makes over on her page. I've linked it down below if you're interested. She's a real artist, so I'm going to see if I can make something out of these today with a little inspiration from her page. I'm going to take these and a little bit of wood glue and attach them all down the flat side that I have on this little single panel that's flat that you watch me take that little decorative piece off of. These actually fit perfectly. They're about 1.5 inches in diameter, so they are going to be perfect for this little piece of trim that I took off. It's going to go in that spot really nicely. So we're going to take some wood glue and attach these. Hopefully I have enough in this bag to get these sides done. For today's project, I've chosen the color Wondrous by Country Chic Paint. Wondrous is a beautiful kind of like sagey green. It almost has like a little bit of turquoise mixed in there as well. I think it's going to be the perfect choice for this tall boy that I've got here. Country Chic Paint is a clay-based paint that does have a built-in primer in it, but it says if you have something like mahogany that you know is going to bleed, like this guy, that it's best to use a shellac primer underneath, so that's what I did. But usually if you don't have a project that's going to bleed, Country Chic Paint's primer that's already in there is perfect. I'm going to get this loaded up into my gravity-fed HVLP sprayer, and off we go. I applied 2 coats of this Country Chic Wanderess for full coverage. You will have to let me know in the comments below if you would have chosen a bold color like this for this dresser or if you would have gone with something on the neutral side. Be sure to let me know what you think. Came out this morning to check on our progress. We have bleed through. This is not supposed to happen. That will be visible if I sell it. So I'm gonna have to take care of it. We got some over here. Luckily, it's just on the drawers. So I think I'm just gonna take the drawers out. I'm gonna use some clear shellac, let it dry, and then we'll just repaint the drawers. I don't see it on the body of the dresser, but man, I'm gonna have to fix it before we can sell this. My initial thought is I would take the clear shellac and just spray it on the parts where the bleed through had happened, but this was not gonna fix the problem either. Okay, so I was giving my very good girlfriends, Katie Scott at Salvage by K Scott and Walesa at A Life Refurbished, a breakdown on this piece. And they said, do not use clear shellac, it is going to crackle. But I already did it. So we all agreed that the best thing for me to do was to sand this back down, use my primer again, and start all over on the drawers. Oh, this project has been so many steps, but we're gonna keep going. It's gonna look great when she's done. Hang in there. Here we go again. So this time around, I got out my Surf Prep sander again and took a 180 grit pad and just roughed up the surface really well. The finish is already nice and flat. I just need to add more primer to stop the bleed through and of course more paint. Once the drawers were dry, I went in with an artist brush to touch up all the edges. For my top coat on this tall boy dresser, I'm using Country Chic's paint in the clear coat. This is going to leave a nice satin finish at the end of the day. It's got about an hour in between recoat time, so that's perfect. I don't have to wait too long before I come back out and apply another coat. I'll probably do 3 coats total on this just because the amount of drawers that this has, and the drawers are going to be moving in and out. I really want to make sure that that paint stays and adheres. Plus, this is gonna leave a really nice satin finish, which I love, and it'll be perfect for this project. I'm gonna get this loaded up into my gravity-fed HVLP sprayer, but you do not need to spray on this top coat, as the same as with the paint. You can just apply it with a paintbrush or a sponge. That'll work perfect either way. But since I have these tools and it helps me do things a little quicker in the garage, I'm gonna use them. This Country Chic satin top coat is eco-friendly. It's very low VOC, so you can totally paint this inside of your house. But one of my favorite things about it is it's non-yellowing, so this is going to hold its true color for years to come. It's also waterproof, so if anybody puts glasses on this, it's going to be sealed. So it's great for high traffic furniture. I am using my favorite bronze cabinet knobs from Amazon for this project, and I have linked all the products that I used today below in the description. Okay guys, check out this furniture transformation. I love this color wondrous on this tall boy. It is bold, but it also feels really versatile to me, kind of like a teal version of a robin eggs blue. The style and the height of this piece are already so unique, so I'm hoping with the added half circle details, it just pushes it into a more modern and upscale place. That will be a sure seller for me in my Dallas area. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. I am getting ready to list this piece this weekend. As always, I'll list what it sells for in my community page, so be sure to follow along and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in this week, everyone. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you next time on Lemons to Lemonade Furniture.